Hey everyone, my name is Mike. I'm a broker associate at Preferred Real Estate Brokers. I'm here with
Jose.
So today we're going to talk about some common questions we get as brokers here at the brokerage. And one of the common ones would be someone giving us a call and saying, hey, I have this listing and I'm competing with another listing agent, but the customer called me and said the other listing agent is offering to list it for a lower percentage. So let's go ahead and maybe role play that and see what happens.
That's fine. Let's do that.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
You got to put, yeah.
Hey, Jose. I really enjoyed that presentation you had yesterday with that listing presentation. But I did talk to another listing agent, and we definitely like you better, but they're offering it for a lower percent. They're 1% less than you for listing it. So is there a way that you can match that?
Oh, okay. So you had a discount broker come and also interview for the same position?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's the old adage says you get exactly what you pay for.
We'll put it on speakerphone.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So you get exactly what you pay for.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, in situations where you offer a lesser commission to the other agent, then that agent's going to also discount their services, but also discount the commission or the bounty that they're offering to the cooperating agent. Now, typically when I list a property, I offer 3% to the agent who brings us a buyer, and chances are they're going to offer a reduced commission, maybe 2.5% to the buyer's agent. And
they did say that they're going to give the buyer's agent 2.5.
Okay.
So are you going to give them more?
Well, I'd be providing more, of
Okay.
course. And then the reason I do that is because I don't want to miss any buyers. And ethically, as realtors, we're supposed to show any house that fits our buyer's criteria, regardless of what the compensation is. But it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I would hate to lose buyers or interested parties that would potentially see your property and submit offers to us because I'm offering a discounted commission to them. So seller, even though it is your decision to make to offer what you want to the buyer's agent,
you're saying that
it's essential.
You're saying that some realtors won't show my house if we only offer 2.5%?
If an agent only had time to show a couple houses in each neighborhood, chances are they're going to be drawn to whatever's going to ultimately have a biggest payoff.
That doesn't seem very ethical.
Well, it's not, and technically it's not supposed to be done that way, but in the market that we're in now.
But you're talking about the reality of what really happens?
There are more listings in the market today than there used to be. So any given neighborhood might have 5 or 6 active listings for sale.
Yeah.
I don't have time to show every listing, so I'm just going to show 1 or 2 in each neighborhood to give the buyer a feel for what they're looking for. Now, if you think about it, you're asking me that you want a $5,000 savings by reducing my commission by 1%. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, if your property is on the market for 2 or 3 months longer than it should be because we didn't get a buyer right away, that's an extra 3 months of carrying costs, mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, the whole kit and caboodle. And at the end of the day, you just have to determine, are you hiring the strongest agent to sell your property?
Yep.
Right? Whose presentation did you like better? Was it mine or the other agent's? And, is that agent full-time in the business? Why are they discounting their services? Me, I know what I'm worth. And honestly, if I was ever in a situation and I needed to hire a professional to help me out, I would probably hire the best individual to help me with my situation or my problem, not who's the cheapest.
Sounds good. Okay, yeah, I think I'll go with you. So talking to everything, the summary, I think the summary of it for the seller would be what they net in the long term. So if you, as a listing agent, talk about what they net in the long term, I think you'll get that listing. If you're more professional, if you respond to calls better, that's going to be better for you. And maybe we can use the analogy of being an attorney. You can hire an attorney for $100 an hour or one for $500 an hour. Now that $500 an hour one is going to cost you more upfront, but the question is, in the long term, which one's going to get you the best return on your investment? Now, if that $100 attorney, you end up going to jail for 5 years, but the $500 attorney, you don't have to go to jail at all, well, those 5 years in jail, you can make a lot more than the $400 an hour difference.
Yeah.
And with real estate, what it is if you get a really good agent, you may be able to net more with your sale because you're going to get better offers. Maybe some of the people that skip over it won't skip over it when you have a good agent, and also the professionalism through the whole transaction so it doesn't fall apart, because I've been with some deals where if it wasn't for me, the whole deal would fall apart because the other agent thinks it's a dead deal, but because of my knowledge, I'm able to save the deal and then end up netting that seller more money. So really focus on the seller netting the most money at the end, not what your fees are.
Yeah, and it just at the end of the day, it's important. So, like the scenario you brought up, if I was going to go to jail and I need an attorney to save me from that situation, I'm going to call the best attorney because I don't want to go to jail.
And if you're selling your most valuable asset,
You wanna
do
hire
you
the
want the
best.
cheapest one
Yeah.
or the best one?
So you want to hire the best agent who can get you the best results. So I'm talking about, this is a full-time realtor. They only sell houses. They don't have a part-time job. Maybe that discount broker who took the listing for less doesn't have much business or many opportunities, so they're going to do whatever they can to get the opportunity, which means even discounting their commission. I just did a deal recently with somebody, and the agent was only available to answer his calls after 3 p.m.
Yep.
And I quickly realized it was because he was working another job.
Yep.
So it's very frustrating, especially if a seller's waiting for offers or trying to negotiate deals and the other agents can't get a hold of their agent because they're doing something else. So also looking at that agent's past track record. How many homes have they sold? How much experience do they have? These are questions that I think the seller should be asking rather than what your commission is. Is show me what you're capable of. Can you show me how many homes you've sold? What is your track record?
That's a good point that we didn't even talk about before we did this video is if you are competing against another agent, ask what the other agent's name is and pull up their record of how many homes they've sold. And that may show you, hey, this agent's only sold 2 homes in the last 3 years. I sell, 20 homes a year, and then show that to the seller. That could be the kicker right there that gets you the sale.
That's a huge nail in the coffin for anybody who's coming to squeeze in and willing to discount their commission just to get a listing. Those agents are weak negotiators, and chances are they're going to go ahead and let the seller list for the seller's price and not say, seller, I understand you want to list for this much, but I know that your house will only sell in today's market for this price. So I'm only willing to take the listing if we list at a reasonable rate rather than your unbelievable price where I know it won't sell at. If they're willing to reduce their commission, what are they going to do when the seller receives an offer for less? Are they going to be the strongest negotiator, and are they willing to fight for the seller's net if they're not willing to fight for their own net? So those are things to consider as well.
Yep. Be a good negotiator on both sides, on your commission and also on the seller's seller's property.
Yeah. So we discussed a few talking points about how to save your commission, or if you ever end up in a situation like that, always be prepared and know what to say so you don't feel like you're a deer in headlights and you're being put into a position where you have to give an answer.
You want me to do it for 5%? I mean, I usually don't, but I guess I can do that.
You've lost. Your ability to negotiate is just gone out the window.
Yeah. And if you can think of anything else that we didn't talk about, put it in the comments below and let everyone else watching this can go look in the comments and some other suggestions, because some of you watching this may have better suggestions than we have.
Yeah, and we'll actually do more of these because all the scenarios come up. So we'll even do one on the other side. If you're a new agent and you get asked the same question, you don't have a track record or a lot of sales in your belt,
How can you do it?
What do you say? You'll catch out on the next one.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.